Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 8th of July 2019. And I want to start by confirming that the Water and Sewage update is now officially released. This was released on the 16th of May 2022. So if you haven't been playing it on the beta test branch, it's now available in the stable branch. Also at the same time, the devs have released the Ukrainian DLC. This is the DLC which they are going to donate all the money from it to the, well, some charity in Ukraine, I presume. However, I can't show you any buildings yet because I haven't had time to log in and buy the DLC. I will be buying it, and maybe it'll be a feature of the next update. Now, what I want to do in this part is give you a little bit of an update of where we are with respect to Tourist Town here. And the main focus is going to be on trying to push forward Nuclear City, doing a little bit of tidying up. I've got an idea of what I want to do here, but we're not going to do anything until all the crops have been harvested. And then maybe we'll look at one or two areas for expansion, because I'm kind of getting in this position now where I can't really do too much until Nuclear City's built. And of course, it's taking time to build it. And for that reason, what I might do is, as I've already talked about, is do maybe a couple of test starts on a new series, but reduce this series to, say, weekly updates where I'll play on maybe a year or 2 years so that I can get some major projects finished and working so that I can continue to grow the economy. See, the economy is now running at just under 78,500, and just to show you that, you can see we've only got about 500 over 21s. So the population has grown a little bit in the form of residential equipment. But first things first, I want to show you is that the water supply we fixed up in the last part is now got water quality of 98%. So it's still kind of improving, but if I click on a few buildings now, you will see that there's no poor water quality site signals anymore here. In fact, some of the residences now don't seem to have any problems at all. And I think this is a good example of showing you how happiness and loyalty has plateaued. So they're not a problem, but at the same time they're not perfect, is probably the way to explain it. Now, another change I've had here is because in my hotels I've had a little bit of a problem with alcohol, and what I've done is imported the alcohol. I've also now made a change so that I'm actually going to be importing crops from other parts of the map, because what I'm thinking is to rework all this farm here. So once this harvest is finished, we're going to probably take this down, and part of me would probably like to possibly even get rid of maybe this microbrewery, just to see, maybe we'll put a proper distillery out here, or maybe a bigger one, I'm not sure. But one thing I do want is to find the one that brings the hot crops in. Where's this? This is picking up from the old, where is it? Cargo station 3. So you're dropping off there. I'm not exactly sure why you've got a drop off point. We're picking up there and we're dropping at the microbrewery. Seems a bit kind of weird. I think this is the one I'm looking for. Yeah. Not sure why we're dropping at the rural stone store. It doesn't make sense. I think it would be easier just to do that. And what we'll do is we'll just put on, if I can get this in here. And what we'll do is we'll tell it to pick up the crops from here. So once we get deliveries of crops to here, we'll be able to keep the microbrewery going all year round. And possibly, but I would like to really improve this rural store here. And, well, probably could be worth reworking the whole area, but anyway. So that is Tourist Town kind of up and running and stable. If I come to, well, I've got to find it now, over here, if you watch the last part, you'll be aware that I put a couple of accommodation blocks in here to increase the workforce, and we've now got a little bit more of a workforce here, which means we're now getting a few more people into here. It's still not 100%. We got the workers coming this way. I don't know, we're getting quite a few workers coming into here. And what I'm hoping is that we can get some more workers in here, produce more food. But the problem is that my food stores are getting pretty full. So that is another potential problem. But the other thing I'm also considering is... can't remember where the bus routes are. Actually, we just go this way. We do have a bus route here. So have a look at the vehicles where you are picking up. This guy's actually picking up from the helicopter port, of all things. I'm wondering if it might pay to change that to here. It's there. Remove you. Okay, which one? I don't want the helicopter platform. Just remove the heliport from here. You can pick up from here. And what we'll have is the one bus running out here. Maybe we could increase the number of buses. What's the coverage for? Yep, got plenty of coverage from there. Because what I do need to do is get more workers possibly going out to this area here. Because we need more workers on the heliport. I think for the moment we'll just use the one. What's bus route? The route you're coming from? Actually got one here. I'm not sure why that one was. What route are you? That's the construction office. How many workers have we got in here? Got a few workers in here. Okay, maybe I made that wrong. Let me just... It's a bit weird that I've got a bus route that's going all the way over to here. And it should be picking up from here. So if we... That's better. You can load here. What bus? What have you got here? You've got a 32-seater. I'm just wondering if we can... I think I've got a depot out here somewhere. We've got a depot just here with a couple of combines and various other bits and pieces. I'm just going to buy another 32-seater for here. I think it's this one here. I'll buy you there. And of course we'll put on the line spacing. What that should do is get us a few more workers out here, because I'm getting to the point now where I need to start charging up this system. We've got the UF60 in here, and we're producing a little bit of nuclear fuel, which is now being transported up to here. And I think you can see here we've got 0.2 tons of nuclear fuel in here. So hopefully we'll be able to get enough nuclear fuel into here, but we're going to need to kind of start to increase the production. That's the situation there. Now the railway construction trains here have been working. They built through here. They've kind of built out to here. In fact, it looks like they may have already got out to here. think we need to finish off these bits because I forgot to electrify those. Let's just go and check over here. See what this guy is doing. He's down to one job again. He's actually building out that way. That means that what we're not building out now is this way. We need this built. Start pushing out this way. I just want to check the signal situation because first, oh no, we've got a break here with the power transformer. That's good. In fact, I think what we do need is get the helicopter crew working on that so that we can join this up. Over this side we've got a crew that's kind of working on this area here. I think it's probably working on this one here. Yep, working into here. We've also got this train working out this way. So once he gets past here, I think I put a crossing in here somewhere, just here. Once we built this crossing, so we've got these lines past here, what we'll do is then send the train into there, and then we can start thinking about electrifying this part of the line as well, so that we've got a connection here that will bring the crops from this area. You can see we've still started the harvest, so we're starting to get a little bit flowing into here, and of course the road system is being built here as well. Now I've done a little bit of work on Nuclear City here because I realized I hadn't put some sport and culture in. Also we needed a secret police, and I think what we got over here is the Nuclear City police station. So I hadn't built that, so what I've done is put this in as well. I also started work on putting some more sewage disposal on this side, because if the city needs to grow, it's going to grow out this way. That's the reason why I've put these roads in here. So I think I'll allocate these roads as well. Get these in there so we can get that connection, maybe get that connection done. So Nuclear City is coming together, but it is a bit of a slow, painful process. And of course we still got to get the water, and of course the heating plant, which is up here, needs to be built. In order to get the heating plant, we also need this connected as well, which means technically we've got to get the rail line out round up to here and connected through the top here, which is going to take a little bit of time as well. Although I may be tempted to just give it a little bit of a shove with respect to getting things going. We've got our warehouses built here, which are ready to receive the goods for our city here. Looks like we're actually finally getting to the close. Actually, looks like this is nearly built as well. It's quite a big project. It's probably a bit of a mistake actually getting it to build this first. I should have gone for a smaller building. Beyond that, things are reasonably good. I mean, as I say, we've got the new harvest in, and I think for the first time for a couple of years, I still had surpluses in certain key warehouses, but the weakness is a little bit down here. But I think we've been able to get through it and still maintain the supply of meat here. Where's the other one? So we've still got meat flowing through, but even if it's not given complete map coverage. I don't think this guy's got anything to do, but he's too far away from the action. I think this is the problem I've got now, is that a lot of my offices are a little bit too far away from the action to actually help with the overall situation. The power situation here seems to have settled down in Stilton, and just to show you that, we come to on green across the board, and you watch the, where is it? And I've actually now managed to smooth the load out with respect to this power station. Still gets a bit warm in the winter, but during the summer it's kind of within limits. It's not it's a little bit near the max, but it's not overloaded, and that also applies to Irontown over here. This line still fluctuates in and out as well, but in theory, once the nuclear power plant comes online, the power should flow the opposite way. In fact, there's a real possibility that I may cut this line so that the power generated here would be almost completely self-contained within Irontown. And then that means Irontown won't have any problems. We've got electricity problems. Where are you? Where are you? Why have we got electricity problems here? Usually one thing after another nowadays. Let's have a look. Maybe it was just a brief fluctuation. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of an overload here. So what we may have to do is rework the power supply into here. In fact, at the moment we're drawing a lot of the power up from here, from this power station by this line, but what we may need to do is hook in. We've got this substation here, which I don't think, which eventually we can hook in, because this will be hooked to the nuclear power station. So what we might be able to do is just check to see if there's a power connection here. One there. They're kind of a little bit the wrong way round. See, this power line goes out this way, which technically we won't need once the power station's online, because this will feed into here. So what we could do is take away this power line here and then connect it up to this substation here, which will be connected to the 18 megawatt line that will come in from the main nuclear power station. So what that will do is kind of separate off some of the load that is coming into this area. So that will give things a little bit more self-contained. And I think that kind of covers the general update. So thank you, game. How many combines have I got it working here? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just wondering, I've got a spare combine here. So I think what we might do is send up these here as well. Make it 6. In fact, we got some spare covered holes as well, so send those up. I think I've got a whoops, didn't mean to do that. I think I've got this set up to take the crops to here. That will bring crops in. A little bit of a long way, but it's a kind of a bit of a fix. Oh, I've got a gas station now, so I've got a problem with the gas. Oh no, we've got a little slot here. I want to get this up as a gas station. 100% that'll do. The reason for that is that the covered holes here are a long way away from a gas station, so what I want is to make sure that they got a local gas station to work. Plus this will also work with respect to any vehicles coming through here. One thing you can rest assured with this game is that trucks will kind of wander off and do their own thing. In the last part I put down a couple of large fields here. It's a kind of bit of a speculative venture. And what I would like to do is plan a farm here. Now I don't feel that we're going to need it in the short term. But I think if I can plan in a farm here, it will make it'll provide options going forward. So we got field there, so I think I would like to put you there. Maybe just kind of sink the fields in. That nice to one. So that's be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got a town up there. So actually, if I want to trim back this rail line, it's not clearly defined anyway, so get that back. That put in a big field. I want to leave a gap here for potential power lines. Put some power lines in there. In fact, we could possibly take some rail tracks through here. And I think I'm quite happy with this little farm setup here. So if I can put this in. Now the rail tracks are going to have to come in from over there. Actually, yeah, we could put this. There's a kind of little bit of a gap here. If I say for argument's sake, I can put a. Thought I had a construction office out here. Oh, look at that. I can get that. You can just get that a smidge. Look at that. Got it in. So we got the track coming there. Let's escape there. We got enough space here for a road. If I trim this road back here and off these roads, and a junction there. I run the actually got a junction connection there. I trim these back a bit of that. Out there. Then if we take a track from here and maybe cut further north like that, so that we're effectively running up behind the that through the trees. Luckily, most of the terrain out here is just run this line up through like that. And then I can get 2 tracks through here. I don't want the junction too close to there, so what I have to do is kind of come out with a nice little back curve there. Actually, I thought again, this is not going to be because we'll be using rail distribution offices. So if there's a road going to be here though, isn't there? So we're going to need to trim this. Maybe this has gone a little bit too far. In fact, I think if we trim this back a little bit like that. So that. We run that into a single track there, then we can quite effectively run you like that, leave a little bit of space for any potential fields here, and then a little bit further forward. What I'm looking for is something like that. That will give a connection into there. Actually, sorry. I've just had a little bit of a quick thought. We need some medium fields. Get medium field in there. Let me just... Right. I put a medium field there. Be a bit of a squiggly old road, isn't it? Like that. I think that will work. We put a road across there. We go out there rather than being near this junction. If we accept the rail line, because again, the trains aren't going to be too kind of frequent out here. So if we point you up there, you through. You can go into there. You can hook to there. You can hook to there. That leaves a little bit of space for a gas station. We can bring the power in from this area or through. Now we can bring the power through from here, can't we? Through this gap here. Got a road coming up there to the substation. Right, let's just put the main road in now. What we want to do is get a road heading for that. If we can get another big field on the end here. Yeah. No, for argument's sake. No, because we want to run power cables up here, don't we? So if I bring the road in like that, leave enough space for power cables. For that, wow. What we'll do is put in the crossroads. This would be the kind of town centre. The road there. And then we're right. So got an opportunity for a couple of medium fields here. So see if we can fit those in. Probably get 2 medium fields in like that. Now, technically, we don't need a connection to here, but in the same time, it would be nice if we put a road connection in there. Now, we can build it with, what we'll probably do is build this with a helicopter cruise, so we don't really need a road in here. So if you come through to there, bring a road in across the top of this field here, like that. Okay, we'll do a nice little kind of British country road here, which means it's never straight. If any of you have ever driven down an English country lane, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. It's almost like in the past when they built roads and things, the rule was that you never built anything in a straight line. Maybe it was a rebellion against the influence of the Romans. So come into there. We'll have a kind of an area here. The roads there. You can come to there. And what we need is the guy to come out like that. Go across like that. Of course, we're going to need a road up here. Provide connections to the silos. So come up here and just curve the road in like that. Gets to the rail track. Go up and connect there. And of course, this has a bit of a skew-iffy one-way system. So there. So I'm deliberately not counting the fields from a min-max point of view, because I think I'm past the point now of min-max. I'm just kind of enjoying myself, is probably the polite way of saying it. I'm just going to build what looks interesting, which is one of the fun elements of once you get to a big economy. You get to a point where maybe min-max isn't quite so important. I think we'll put a couple more medium fields in here just to fill that little gap in there. That. And then have a large field just on the end here like that. And we'll just hook in a road. Hook in there. And then we'll just join that up. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think, medium fields, isn't it? No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 medium fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 large fields, with the option that we can expand across the road should we need it. That means that we can build our town up in this area, and the rail track can come in and connect to that point there. So that would give us another big farm connected. We have a major, and we've still got plenty of space here for, because in the last part I put my aircraft production place there, and of course we've now got the possibility of bringing the bauxite mines online. I've got my little trucks here. I think what we'll do is, while we're here, just curve this round a little bit there. You can come across the front of the bauxite mines like that and go up there, because we've got another bauxite mine, 2 bauxite mine here, but they're not really, they're going to be once we've got this area sorted out. That one's bauxite mine is actually the wrong way round. Let me think. Yeah, we're just going to demolish you. Come back into, it's advanced, isn't it? Was it metallurgy actually, isn't it? So if I put that, that's 100%. So what is the bauxite like here? Got a bauxite mine there. Got another one. About another one just up here. This is 94. So if we put another one just there, and it's 78 thing over this side. Well, we got something up just about there. This is 96. So we got one, 2, 3, 4, 5 bauxite mines here. I think that means that we don't really need these, so these can go. I think they're a bit too far away. I mean, it's not like we're going to be producing really vast quantities of bauxite. And that means that what we can do then is put in a and you can come in like that, and now a bauxite mine, I've got to remember now, it's a long time since I built one. Allergy bauxite mine produces 0.5 tons of raw bauxite per worker. So each one of these produces, then again we're going to use excavators. So what we would really need here be, that's a fairly serious large aggregate store, wouldn't we? Put that way. Kind of my instinct is to put it this way without the game, because we're probably want to put all the bauxite production. In fact, we're gonna have to build another town out here, aren't we? Because that other town is just way too far away. Now I can see them. If I look on the map here, the town is here, we're down here. We're gonna have to build another town in this area as well to support our, well, we could use trains to send the workers from this town to the aircraft production and support this area here, but we're going to need another town down in this area for the bauxite production. So my instinct is to, I think if we put in, we'll put in a large store there. And what's it? I think 1,950 storage for aluminium bauxite would be adequate. I think we can always increase it, should we do later on, by input, so we can hook you into there like that, and then of course we're going to use conveyor systems to put this together. Probably the let's have a look. Conveyor, probably the best way to do this would be to I think that's one in, multiple out. That's not what I'm looking for. Is you put one of you, actually if we put it that way like that, and then we can put in the it's about saying Murphy's law says that and then that can hook through to there, but we won't hook that through just at the moment. And then we're it's got to be the wrong way round, isn't it? It's no good. Bet the road won't come out this way. Of course it will. So we got a connection that way. And we can get a footpath connection to that conveyor. That is kind of stretching it a little bit, but I think we've managed to get away with that. Just make sure that we can put the footpath in. Yeah. Yep. And that gives us the connection to there. All we got to do now is put in the connection to here. To see. Okay. You put one in just about there, like that. Make sure we can get the road out. No. That's going to give me a problem. That's going to block that term junction there. Okay, this is not going to work. Get rid of the road. I think probably the easiest way to do this would be to put in a direct link to here. Then bring a path connection off of here. Put you across like you can do it like that. Just make sure we can get the road connection. Oops. One there, and then we've got a road connection there to there. If I put in and get the squeeze in a path connection there, what that means is we'll get the what we call it, we get 1 2 3 4 5 bauxite mines connected up to that. And then of course the next step in the process is what's it, metallurgy. We need bauxite processing. This turns 125 tons of raw bauxite into 75 tons of bauxite. Let me just see. And this turns 77 tons of bauxite into 33 tons of aluminium oxide. And this one is, so truthfully what we need is make this run at maximum efficiency. We need two alumina plants feeding into an aluminium plant, which needs 2 bauxite processing plants. So truthfully what we need is, I'm a bit aware that the rail line here, I've got a feeling this is a little bit too close. So I think what we'll do is take this out, and It's got out store there. Right, guys, I'm kind of aware that time's pushing on. I need to rethink things a little bit. What I am going to do is we're going to get rid of this. In fact, let's sort this out first, which is quite lucky considering the fact that I had. We're going to get rid of you because you're crowding in this area here. Take this out. Not sure why this is all electrified, but it gives me a little bit more space to work, and it's not like we've got a shortage of track. And we're going to need to going to have a town out here. We're going to need something that's going to be a little bit more complex because we're going to need to bring the chemicals in for the bauxite processing plants. Also going to need to bring in a line for the what we call it, for food and everything else for the town here. So what I'd like to do is got kind of a bit of a big space here. So let me just see. It's easy to see on the big map. If we come to about here, this is about halfway between the two junctions. So we pick off something like and then you can come in. Now, some of these trains might be a bit long, so also another thing we're going to have to get out here is fuel. Well, because this is going to be a long way away. And then what we're going to have to do is build a lot of stuff out here. So we'll put a crossover in, construction crossover. So that would be our new kind of rail link thing. And then what we can do is run the line out here because we're going to need to deliver stuff to here as well. So that kind of bisects the area quite nicely. Also opens up the opportunity for possibly even some more farms over this side as well. But maybe we'll have a town kind of roughly in this area, or maybe, and then we can send the workers down into this area here. I think that might work. Anyway, I think I need to think a little bit about, we've kind of got our kind of actual bauxite mining area working now. What we're going to need to do is think a little bit about our ore processing. In fact, I think what I might do is just do the detail ratio of, we got 5 farms, normal farms here. The trouble is I can't remember how much bauxite gets mined with respect to when you've got actually got excavators in here as opposed to workers, because what I would like to do is do this with excavators. So maybe we could pull the bauxite processing a little bit further away. In fact, I'm kind of got a road going this way. My instinct is to, I'll do it while I'm thinking about it so I don't forget, is to run road out this way as well. Kind of aim for about there so it can go over the bridge. We'll get a road through here as well. If we've got a town, we're going to need some form of road access. Yeah, I think that'll work. And I'm aware that I'm running out of time, so what we'll do is just go around and have a little bit of a check, see how things are going, see what my rail construction trains are up to, because I've been rambling on quite a lot. Oh no, they're all going really well at the moment. It looks like this guy's, they're probably blocking each other a little bit here, but that's not a problem. In fact, I think once this bit's built, we could possibly pull a couple of trains onto the new area where we've been working. It's like these guys have pushed out this far, so we can start thinking about putting in the necessary here. So that's looking good. And then over here, how are you guys doing? Obviously, these ones have got a little bit further to go. Let me see. So at the moment, these guys are opting to build into here. And the other one is... Wait, no. Actually, yeah, I think we'll let him build that, because again, we're going to have to put a crossover in here. Or because this is going to be a bridge, very, very big bridge. So we're going to need to put a crossover here so that we can build this bridge. Although this bridge is effectively a road to nowhere, because I've got right at the end here is another one of the 7 crosses. So and we'll just have a look at the still building this. We've still got a little bit of in building here. Let's just have a look at what the well, it's almost like I need more rail. It's almost like I need more helicopter construction offices, but at the same time, I don't really want to push out that too far that way. In fact, let me just see. We got these guys here. I'm not exactly sure what you're doing. Got Nuclear City School. You're working on... Well, I'm not exactly sure why you're on our new road. Well, I suppose he can push out that way, just do his own thing. You need to work on that. I think we've got most of the roads built through here. You can work on that. We also need that built. That's okay. That's the train marshalling yard. You can push out that way. I think we've built most of the roads around here. The helicopter crews can do the rest. And we can build out into this area. And I think most of the road connections have been built through here. So the next season, we'll be getting a little bit more from the actual farm here. So we've got 1,000 okay at the moment. I'm still collecting up bits and pieces. You're delivering down into here. So we got, wow. Yeah, I think we're doing okay actually, guys. Just go back over to here. We've got crops in here now, which means our Alka brewery is producing here. So I did switch these guys, one of these, to picking up alcohol from there, but I think I can turn that off now because we've got a now reliable supply of alcohol. This is the problem I've got here, is that the silo isn't big enough here for what we want to do. So it's almost like actually, who is distributing the alcohol? I think what we'll do is put you on direct pickup from there, from the microbrewery. What is this one called? There we go, perennial problem. Get rid of you. We should be able to spot it. Not that one. Yeah, picking up from there. So what is this one? Oh, it flashed very briefly. Right, guys, I'm just going to try and work out which one this one is. It's this one here. So I'm just going to get rid of you. We'll do a direct pickup from the brewery here. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a fun. I think what we'll do is I'm just going to let this run through the winter, and then what I'll do is we'll run the brewery with direct supply from here. So actually, yeah. And then we'll keep this, I'll replace, and then we'll kind of rework this area. In fact, let's just have a quick look. We could put a proper brewery in here. Got the space for it. We would probably need to bus workers in, but if we could put the brewery out, say, away from the main city, we could brew. How much alcohol are you going to produce? 6 tons a day. I don't think we really need that amount though. I think what I'll probably do is reshape this farm a little bit, move it away, and then try and find some way that we can get better storage into this area. The problem is we got this. Oh, is this a fire station? I think what I might do is kind of, let me just do a quick check. We've only got the one fire station here. I think what we'll do is move the fire station. What fire station is this? It's got 6 slots. Let me just see if I can rebuild this fire station somewhere else. I've got no idea what it is. Is that it? No, it's not that one. That's it there. I think if we build the fire station there. Let's check the, yeah, it's gonna be high enough for the sewage to work. It might have a bit of a water pressure issue, but we can fix that. You know, the trucks can deliver to the fire station anyway. So game, sorry. Now this is a long-term project, so what we'll do is use these guys. In fact, we're both of them working on. I have to build the road first. So you can work on the road. You can work on the road as well. And what we'll do is build the fire station here, move these over, knock the fire station down, because I'm pretty sure that if I come here, yeah, we could then do something about possibly putting a silo or something like in about there. We can get away with the infrastructure, and that means we'll have a silo, which means that we can put a bigger farm in here, and then to sort out this whole area. We can keep the little rural store here for actually storing the alcohol when it's actually produced. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And before I go, I'd just like to confirm that this series will probably go to a once a week update while I'm actually doing the major building, because I have to admit I'm struggling a little bit finding things to talk about, because we got such the big projects to build now, like Nuclear City, and of course we got our new aluminium and aircraft production area. Most likely we're doing this is starting a shorter series where we're going to do a bit of experimentation with different starts, maybe a hard start, maybe a vanilla only start. Any preferences, feel free to chuck it in the comments, but until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.